Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video on The Flash Season 9. Today we're going to be talking about a new interview that Gustin did with US Magazine. In this article he teases what lies ahead for Barry in The Flash's final episodes and also if he would return as The Flash in the future. So if you do go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future DCTV videos later this year. Okay guys, first off I want to say a big thank you for the support on my recent videos. A couple of those videos really blew up, especially the video about the original timeline Flash. I tried to explain what I could about what happened in that episode. I'm planning to make one more video on that same topic, but going into the ins and outs, properly deep diving into absolutely everything that we've seen throughout the entire show. So that's going to be a kind of timeline of the original Flash. We're going to do that sometime soon, so look forward to that if you enjoyed that video. But for now, let's go ahead and get into today's main topic. So as I said before, this is coming from usmagazine.com. You can check out the article in the link in the description below. The article is titled, Gustin teases what lies ahead for Barry and Iris ahead of the Flash finale and reveals if he'd return to the role. So Gustin begins the article by saying, "We're not really playing. I don't want to say games, but there's no additional struggle going on with Barry and Iris towards the end of the season, as we're finishing it up," Grant told them. This is me talking, but I completely agree. I think this is the best way to go around it. It's the ending of the show, the final 3 episodes. What reason would they have to actually play games with Iris and Barry's relationship towards the end of the entire show, not just the ending of the season? So Grant teases that they're kind of leaning on each other, and there's obviously so much going on in Central City, and Barry and Iris are expecting a baby and are about to become parents. They're mostly just staying consistent and leaning on each other. This whole season, I think we really wanted to finish off seeing the beginning of their family and leaving them in a good place. I think that's what we do. I mean, they just kind of get stronger and stronger as the season goes, and we're leaving them in a really good spot as a couple. So we pretty much knew this a while ago. Eric Wallace, the showrunner of The Flash, has repeatedly said that he wanted to end the show on a good note, and one of the core aspects of The Flash is Barry and Iris' relationship, and so it just made sense that everything would work out. And obviously Iris is pregnant, so Nora's going to be born. We knew this would happen before the ending of the season, so probably in the series finale we're going to see Iris give birth and everything's going to end. So they're going to be a happy family leading towards the Nora that we've seen many times. Also, Jessica Parker Kennedy is going to be in multiple episodes. She's in the penultimate episode and also the series finale of the show. The article continues like this. Over the years, fans have grown attached to not only Team Flash, but the relationship between Barry and Iris, with fans dubbing the twosome West Allen. The childhood friend to lovers who first began dating in Season 3 and have been together ever since, tied the knot in Season 4 and now proud parents-to-be. That stability, Gustin believes, is something that has contributed to fans' attachment to the pairing. I 100% agree with that. And so Grant goes on to say, "We went for it so early, and then Barry and Iris have stayed so consistent. Of course they have had, like any relationship, their bumps and struggles along the way, but they're a pretty steadfast couple." Gustin added that while there have been many seasons where it felt like West Allen were separated, the relationship between the couple has always been consistent and strong despite whatever was trying to pull them apart. And Grant goes on to say, "People probably enjoy that we didn't really play the typical TV romance games between the two of them." And so from a personal perspective, watching the show over the years, yeah, I agree, there is that stability in their relationship. And it's right, despite whatever goes on, especially Reverse Flash and all these other villains that tried to tear them apart, tear Team Flash apart, they always manage to stay strong no matter the circumstance. Alright, let's continue with this. So one of the duo's latest challenges was being introduced to their future children, Nora and Bart, who appeared on the series as adults. While Barry and Iris ultimately handled the strange situation fairly smoothly as a unit, it took Gustin welcoming a child into real life to settle into being a dad on screen. I think that's only because he is such a young person, Grant, and it definitely just took a while to get used to that. But Grant goes on to say, Barry was more comfortable with the idea of being a parent to an adult. I think once I actually had a kid who was a newborn at the time, it was a little easier to wrap my head around the idea of, what if my daughter showed up 20 years into the future? I think I would accept the idea faster now. It was such a weird concept to me that he was so comfortable with the idea of being a parent to this adult. Having a kid made it a little easier for me to digest it and find ways to play it and connect with my adult child. Barry and Iris' journey has a core aspect of the long-standing series, but The Flash is sore because of its ensemble. While Gustin has enjoyed working with every one of his co-stars, he felt a particular loss when Carlos Valdez, who played Cisco Ramon on the Arrowverse series, exited the show in season 7 and even joked that the twosome could have had a fun romance. Cisco's my favourite personal character on the show, so he's been greatly missed, says Grant Gustin. I also just love Carlos. I love being around Carlos, adding that he can make him both laugh and cry an equal amount while filming. He's a genius in many ways, and I think their relationship was just so strong, and they were always so vulnerable with each other. I mean, they often had their own struggles as friends in the same way Barry and Iris had as they grew and developed their relationship. I completely agree with Grant. I think Cisco and Barry, their relationship was one of the most special and definitely is one that is missed in these last couple of seasons since Cisco left in season 7. And so it continues by saying, while viewers have yet to see if Valdez will return to the series finale, which will air Wednesday, May 24th, Gustin, for his part, is looking forward to the next chapter with his family. That doesn't mean, however, he wouldn't be up for suiting up again in the future. Grant Gustin says, I can't wrap my head around it right now, and he is referring to the idea of returning as the Flash. But if someone called me today or tomorrow and was like, hey, we have this amazing Flash idea, obviously it's like, I'm going to take that phone call and listen to that idea, he revealed. And I think this is the character that I'm going to, no matter if I play it again or not, I'll probably be associated with this character more than anything else in my career for the rest of my life. So I'll always listen to any Flash pitch. But he did go on to emphasize that he hasn't received any of those phone calls yet, but would for sure be open to play the character again in the future. He goes on to say, I mean, it's very, very close to my heart. I think it will always be. And that's the end of the article. So let's analyze that last part of the article, because that's definitely what most of you guys are here for, watching this video up till this point. So it's just great to hear it coming from Grant's mouth himself, that he's saying, obviously, if there was an amazing Flash idea, whether it be a TV show, a miniseries, or a film, or anything like that, he would be down to take that phone call, listen to that idea, and probably return as the Flash if it was that good. And I think the impact that he's made as the Flash, as he rightly says, is going to be the defining role of his entire career. Everyone's going to see him as the Flash from now until forever. So I think with that impact, you know, someone has to come up with a Flash idea in the future, and they're going to want to ask Grant to do it. Yes, obviously he is 30 plus now, and if it's 30 years in the future, maybe he could play like an older version of Barry if they ever continue making Flash films or Flash TV shows. But if it's in the next 10 years or so, totally he could come back and play the same version of Barry that we've seen in the show over the last 9 seasons. He could even, for a future film, like way down the line, and I'm talking like 20 plus years, he could play a Jay Garrick. We've seen in literally all of our Arrowverse shows that they've brought back all these classic actors playing different roles. For instance, Helen Slater played Supergirl's mum on Supergirl, but originally she played Supergirl, and so they brought her back because she's a legacy actor that is linked to the DC franchise. So maybe Grant will return to the DC universe at one point, but he could even play a different role, and obviously that's going to be hard for a lot of us to digest. But I think just seeing him back in the DC universe will be insane. I mean, just look at the reaction that Green Arrow got when he returned after 3+ years. So seeing Steven on screen for the first time in such a long time in his iconic suit was just too much for fans to handle. We all went insane. And so I think the same reaction will be if Grant ever returns. But as I said before, it's just amazing to hear that he is open to this and he will always listen to pitches, because he acknowledges that it's such a big part of his life and he's going to be associated with this character for the rest of his career. So why not come back if it was the perfect opportunity, just like Stephen Amell found the perfect opportunity. I guess same thing goes for Melissa. However, she actually never came out and said that she would be like totally open, and I like that Grant has come out and said this to the press. He knows that this is going to be reported on and people are going to hear about it, about his openness to return. Maybe James Gunn gets an idea for the future to somehow incorporate Grant into his greater DCU that he's building. I would love that, and I really do think that the legacy Grant has created is seriously huge. And honestly, I don't think we would be having a Flash film coming out this year if it wasn't for that TV show. Obviously, that's been in development for a long time, considering the Flash is one of the biggest DC characters, but I think the popularity of the Flash show under Grant Gustin definitely boosted the hype levels for any Flash film or any kind of Flash related character coming to any show or movie in the future. So yeah, his legacy has been cemented, that's for sure. So I'm looking forward to the last couple of episodes of the show. I like that he teased that Barry and Iris are going to be just okay and will lead them in a good spot at the ending of the Flash season 9, at the end of the entire show. Obviously there's going to be a lot more happening in those final 2 episodes than just focusing on Barry and Iris's relationship, but that's just what they've chosen to ask about in this specific interview. We've talked about this finale many times. Go check out any of my recent videos on the channel. Most of them I do refer to what's happening in these final 3 episodes of The Flash, so you can get some insights if you watch those. But that pretty much does it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Check out the article, it's in the description below. And if you did enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment, and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. We are uploading daily right now, so go check out everything else, and you can see my latest video by clicking on the top right corner of the screen. But for now, I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.
I see red.